risky business.
These are our stars in the making. The confidence is rising, and I'm excited watching it.
PGA Tour cards on the line. Dreams are on the line for so many of these players.
It's kind of the proving grounds. You need to have avenues for players to come up and get access to the PGA Tour, and the Korn Ferry Tour is the best place for that to happen.
It's make or break, one shot away from changing your life. For professional golfers, the Korn Ferry Tour, it's the gateway to your dream.
Korn Ferry Tour, it's never been more important than it is right now.
Midway into the season, it's crucial that these players are playing their best golf. But if you haven't played well early in the season, you're putting pressure on yourself.
If they're not comfortable by now, they're going to start getting lapped on the points list. You can easily find yourself looking in from the outside. These players are starting to think of the finals, keeping their card next year, and some of the guys are starting to think about going to the PGA Tour.
There's urgency to start out hot. There's really this interesting balance of allowing your game to shine and then wanting it too much.
Sam's a good-hearted, positive guy. He knows in the back of his mind that he's a great player. He won in PGA Tour Canada last year, got his Korn Ferry Tour card through the points list. Now he's finding himself with adversity, and he's not used to it.
I was kind of lonely with no schedule, but then, getting to BMW, I was pretty pumped. I was super excited. I feel like my game was up there to compete.
There's so many tough aspects of being in that spot where you don't have full status. You might be getting into events, you might not.
I'm always that bubble guy. So having a good week is going to help me pretty big time.
He's one swing away from just finding that form and going on a run. And we've seen it with so many of these players. It takes one win, one good week to get momentum.
One shot at a time. My dad on the back. We're gonna have a lot of fun.
Sam Choi here on the 8th for a birdie.
It was pretty good the first 9 holes, and then I missed some putts coming in, but I'll take my 1 under today.
There's that pressure of you need to come out firing. Being so close to playing well, but you're missing cuts. You're not getting the opportunity to try and prove yourself.
I started really bad. I was 4 over through 6 holes, but then I made 3 birdies coming in and showed some confidence going to future tournaments.
I wouldn't say his game is struggling, it's just the way he's thinking about being positive and the confidence he has with competing right now at one of the highest levels.
You just need everything working at the right time and maybe a couple of bounces going your way. So there's so much you can control in golf, but there's so much that is just completely out of your control.
With the amount of missed cuts he's had, he's going to have to start thinking about, I possibly won't get any more starts. He's battling with these decisions on whether to play back on PGA Tour of Americas or to keep grinding it out doing Monday qualifiers. He's in a different mindset where not even 8 months ago, he feels like he's one of the best golfers in his class, to now being like, well, am I good enough?
I'm probably on the line, so just wait and play some good golf. That's what it is. If I get in to PGA Tour Americas up in Canada, for sure I'll play in it.
He has a great attitude in life. He has a great attitude on the golf course. He'll bounce back.
Nice, dude. Thanks. I smashed.
Who is Kevin Roy?
Kevin Roy is just this young man from upstate New York that, has a dream to play on the PGA Tour and stay out there.
Kevin Roy trying to scrap and fight.
Turned pro at the end of 2012, and I didn't get any kind of status on a PGA sanctioned tour till 2016. Had an absolute awful year down in Latin America.
See if he can make this for par. Oh my goodness.
I lost a bunch of confidence. I was very lonely being in these, foreign countries. It was tough, playing terrible and not being able to shoot home after a missed cut. It crushed me mentally. I actually ended up giving up golf for an entire year. I helped my brother a little bit in medical sales. I was like, I gotta go make some money. I'm 24 at the time. I kind of felt like a loser, to be honest with you. At first, it felt great, seeing some consistent money coming in, but I played a couple of rounds with my friends and family towards the end of that year, and it kind of gave me that fire to pursue this dream again, and went to Q school and ended up getting some Korn Ferry status.
It looked like he wasn't going to get his PGA Tour card, but he is now tour bound.
Let's go!
It was a dream come true. The waiting game was very tough. My stomach was a pretzel. It was just waterworks. I mean, tears started flowing out of everyone.
It's been very tough. Kevin's considered other jobs. We both wanted to quit, but I just really felt like he would regret it when we're 70 years old. I'm just so proud of him.
Kevin Roy got to start making some birdies.
Rookie on the PGA Tour last year wasn't the season he wanted, and I think losing his PGA Tour card has helped him play his best golf of his career. It's a negative that's been turned into a positive. I think he's got that chip on his shoulder.
I think I proved to myself that I can compete out there. I missed 7 or 8 cuts by 1. It wasn't like I was playing terrible golf. Just needed to kind of clean up some things. But the motivation, it's never been higher.
It really does show his resiliency. He continues to believe, I can do this, and I will make it out here, and I will make a career out of it.
I think I'm a far different player, to be honest with you. Brian Kane, mental coach, opened up my mind to a lot of different things, put not good golf into perspective a little bit more. I think having my daughter really helped with that as well.
Yeah, this is Mia Roy. She's almost 10 months old, and as you can tell, she's very happy right now. First interview, yeah. Your first TV debut.
If I have a bad round of golf, I'll FaceTime her and she's smiling, saying da-da, this and that. She doesn't care if I shoot 76 or 66 right now, so it's the best thing that's ever happened to me and my wife. It just makes life away from the golf course so much more fun.
Tim beating the aggressive Swede.
If you win, it jumps you up so significantly. It's incredible what he's done.
Your 2024 Lecon Suncoast Classic champion.
We have our first back-to-back champion since 2021. Our champion of the Veritex Bank Championship for 2024, Tim Deegan.
There's so many aspects of the game. It's very hard to just have everything click at the same time. But when it does, it's the best game in the world. There's always something you can get better at, and there's always that grind, and that makes it a little more motivating.
Dear Tim, congratulations on becoming tour bound and securing your PGA Tour card for the 2025 season. Wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations again. I look forward to seeing you. Sincerely, Jay Monhan.
Pretty cool, man.
I mean, I've been tour bound for a while now, but just being able to see it and my name there, it gives me chills right now.
Players, they want their first year on Korn Ferry Tour just to kind of run away with it and go up to the PGA Tour. It doesn't always happen, but for Tim, he just really seems to be able to translate his swing from practice to play and play under those pressure situations really well.
There's a lot of outside noise. I mean, everyone likes to remind me that, I'm only 1 win away from going straight to the PGA Tour and trying to finish first on the point list, but for me, I just try to go out and play golf the way I have been this year.
For a certain personality, if you get a lot of success early on, you can maybe get a little hot-headed and think that, oh, this is just gonna go right to the PGA Tour. But Tim is so process-oriented. He's so even keel.
He wants that #1 spot. He said it. He knows what it comes with. You get a full PGA Tour card, you get to the Players' Championship, and you get back to the US Open, where he just played and competed through 2 rounds. He was right there with the leaders.
The first major was kind of more of a learning experience for me, but heading into the US Open, I was just trying to play my game and just not worry too much about anything going on the outside. Obviously all the work I put in over the last few years, not just on the golf course, but all the work off the golf course, to finally see some good results this year, it's obviously huge and makes you want to keep fighting even harder. It's been a great year so far.
And while Tim Wieding has gotten his tour card, he's tour bound, Kevin Roy, 35, trying to get back onto the PGA Tour after a couple of bounce back years.
I think this is the best his game has been.
Kevin Roy's playing some really good golf right now.
I've always been a really good ball striker. Driver's my favorite club in the bag. I've seen a lot of improvement over the last couple of years of putting and chipping and wedges.
Top to bottom through his bag, statistically, probably one of the most consistent players on the Korn Ferry Tour. When he has that belief, you'll see him right there in the final group, right there on the last day.
I feel really confident with my game. Put in a lot of hard work. It's nice to see it paying off. The consistency, making a lot of cuts, playing well on the weekends is nice too. So it's a great start to the season, but we got a long way to go.
For him to be playing so well this season, Max Homa is a great example of his back and forth before he finally broke through on the PGA Tour. Kevin Roy is an awesome story to tell, and I'm really excited to see how the rest of his season goes.
The advantages are I've seen all the golf courses. Disadvantages of these guys, they hit it really far. Not to say I'm short by any means, but there's a couple guys out here that absolutely bomb it, and it's pretty impressive to see. It's crazy, these college kids, you know, they're going straight to the tour, or even out here, I mean, you know, they're more than ready to play and compete, which is great. You know, I love it. I love the competition.
He's a quiet, unassuming, almost like a under-the-radar type of guy, but he has that inner confidence. He's battled for the last couple of seasons just to get an opportunity to play on the Korn Ferry Tour. He is now settling into the mid-season. The consistent starts and finishes over the last 5 to 6 weeks, I think you're going to see him just gradually improve over and over.
We've had a lot of fun, and the golf's just been good. I'm just excited that my golf game is feeling a lot better.
I think he just needs to trust in his game and believe that, hey, maybe I'm better than half these guys out here because I'm starting to find myself on the leaderboard over and over.
Feel great. I hit a lot of really good committed putts. I was just focused on keeping my head down and making a good stroke, and finally got some putts to fall.
See if Cooper can roll this in and sneak inside the number.
He has the work ethic. He knows what he needs to do in his game. It's just a matter of taking it to the course, applying it under pressure. You build that self-belief and you build that confidence to be able to continue to do that.
I'm in a good place. My game hasn't been too sharp all year, but I'm staying patient. I've got 13 weeks to do something. I'm just kind of trying to take it day by day. It's super close.
When Cooper is going through ups and downs, he understands that that's just part of the journey because that's life. So that's what gives him that advantage in those low moments. He understands that eventually there will be a light at the end of the tunnel.
Golf is super draining. The moment that it becomes my job, it's not as fun. I'm pretty hard on myself, but not letting the doubt creep in. I've done a good job of being okay with being uncomfortable and keeping my head down and making a good stroke and being okay with what happens.
That's how he takes a step to the next level. Just trust that he's good enough, one of the best, and not kind of that timorous outlook that he's had, as we probably saw in the start of the season when he was finding his feet.
I think it's nice to know that I haven't had my best stuff this year. I'm still in a good position. I try not to look at points too often, but it is nice to know that I'm in a decent spot with bad play. I think it's just a good reminder that I can do it. I'm capable of doing it, even when I don't have my best stuff.
Cooper Dossey has really figured out something in his game. Meanwhile, Fred Biondi just hasn't quite found that. It hasn't clicked for him yet, and as a result, he's really struggled in his past few events.
Fred Biondi. These players that get their starts, it's so important. There he goes. To get some kind of momentum. Every point, every dollar helps them.
this year. I think it's very important for me, for the foundation of my game and my career. I want to get better. I know I can win out here.
Played on the biggest stage, made cuts. He won the NCAA individual title last year, got to the Korn Ferry Tour, and then slowly kind of got phased out on the points list. Kind of got a shock entering professional golf, considering he was one of the best amateurs in the world.
Biondi came up 3 shots short in PGA Tour Q School this past fall. 5 players qualified, ended up tied for 10th.
A lot of up and downs, a lot of success, also a lot of failures too. I came out here fresh off the NCAA win and got beaten pretty good by the field.
That can be really challenging when the golf doesn't work out right away. Instead of taking the bad results personally, take them as a learning opportunity.
I feel like before in college, golf was something nice that I was able to do. I had school, I had my friends. When it's your job, grinding it out every day and just getting really mentally tired too because of the struggles. It carries an extra pressure for sure, but I've enjoyed it. I enjoyed every second of it.
Sodium's good.
Yeah.
Dude, it doesn't look too bad.
Dude, we're crushing it.
We're crushing it.
All right, looks 1,000 times better than yesterday.
We're doing the rice right. We're doing it right today.
Yesterday, I had rice on the spoon. I turned the spoon upside down, and the rice did not. So,
it was just, looks better.
So basically just mash.
Chef Biondi.
You just gotta go deal with salt day. Bazinga.
Yeah, looks good. It's pretty tough, like, missed a ton of cuts. Haven't had the greatest last couple events here on the Korn Ferry Tour. It's frustrating. It takes a toll on you, like sitting in a hotel over the weekend, just watching your friends and other players play well on the weekend, and you know what you're capable of. You know how hard I want to be there and how much I'm working for it, and not seeing the result. It sucks, but it's part of it.
It is easy to get caught up in the whirlwind of talent on the Korn Ferry Tour. You're not in college anymore. It's a lonely place if you're not playing well.
I think the biggest thing is like understanding myself, what makes me good, sticking to my process, doing the right things all the time. I think the self-belief is big, and I think that's something that I lacked a lot.
Biondi, he's going through a bit of a slump right now. He's going to have to dig himself out of it. I really think he's going to find a way to get back to the winner's circle soon. Things are starting to heat up. We're coming off a 7-week stretch leading into the Memorial Health Championship. Guys are tired. There's a reshuffle involved.
You can either, come back and have a bounce back week, or you just keep riding off of good form.
Players are fighting and jostling to get themselves into more events. It's going to be intense.
To see all the work you put in finally pay off on the course makes you want to keep going even harder.
Let's just hit it in the hole in as few shots as possible and see where it all shakes out at the end of it.
Hey guys, Sammy Choi here. Windy day up in Canada. I was up here getting ready for PGA Tour Americas, and I got the last minute call to go down to Springfield, Illinois to get ready for a Memorial Health Championship, and I'm super excited. I'm really pumped to go down there, but it's Wednesday afternoon. I got a couple flights to catch. I got a couple hours to drive down to Springfield. Stay tuned. What's up, guys? I don't know what happened in the last 12 hours. I drove 9 hours from Minneapolis to Springfield, Illinois. I'm just glad that I was able to make it here safely, and everything went smooth. I'm excited. Let's go. Can I check in, please? No.
Alright, thanks, Sam.
Thank you. Okay. I have very minimum expectation. It's just to have fun and enjoy the moment.
Welcome to the 2024 Memorial Health Championship presented by LRS. From the Republic of Korea, Sam Choi.
Car, good menu.
From Lakewood Ranch, Florida, Kevin Fry.
That's the best wedge I've hit in a month and spun back 30 feet. Thank you. Thanks. It's a tough way to finish, but I was proud of the way I fought out there all day. Just had a bad swing at the wrong time on the last hole, and it cost me, but we still got a lot of golf left in this season, so I'll be all right.
I did the best I can do. Just keep grinding from now on. A lot of Monday cues, play some Americas, yeah. See where it goes.
Yesterday I played a lot better the back nine. I got a little hot there for a second, so if we can keep that momentum going for the next 2 days, anything can happen. The front nine got me going. We've been trying to work on getting a little better start so we can stress a little bit less on the back nine, and we did that. Unfortunately, we made a double on 9, but I still knew that there was a lot of birdie opportunities waiting. I took my time with the putt, try to read every single foot of it. It was really awesome to see it in and drop at the last second on the last roll. Just really happy right now, can't stop smiling.
It's crunch time when it comes to this part of the season. Everyone's so bunched that if you miss a cut, you drop 3 to 4 spots every week on the points list.
There's still so much time, and there's so many opportunities, and there's so much fluctuation that's going to happen.
You want to get into that top 100 number that gets you conditional status. You want to make the finals, and you want to keep your card for next year.